Welcome 858 colleagues. I'm excited to share with you this final project on my visit to a school library. The school library I visited is a small school in Alpine School District in Utah. It only has about 550 students. It's called Central Elementary and it is classified as a Title I school. The library itself is located right in the center of the school. It's a very small library, but it has a modern and clean look. New shelving was just put in this Christmas. It was built by the custodian there, and he helped install it over the Christmas break. It has a research area where students can go and search the collection on these researchers and find the books that they're looking for. Throughout the library, there are imaginative displays put up by the librarian. This one was on Harry Potter. There was another one on Treasure Island and the Secret Garden. Just things that excite the children about books and about things that they can find in the library. At the back of the library, there was a teaching and collaborative area with about 6 small round tables where the students can go back and read a book or discuss projects with each other. Also a little leather couch there that they can read on. If you notice, there's a screen, a pull-down screen with a ceiling-mounted projector where the librarian can control from her laptop, and she can teach lessons back there as well to the students. Overall, the library was just well organized, updated. I had a good feel about it. I noticed all the books were color-coded. The students reshelve all their books, and so the librarians color-coded them to make it easier for them to get them back in the right places. As I interviewed this librarian, or media specialist, I guess, it was fun to talk with her. Now, she has only been at this library since November, so it's a new job to her. But she had a lot of enthusiasm about the job. Her name was Mrs. Christofferson. I asked about what kind of training that she had. And she didn't have any kind of college degree. Upon her hire, the school district required her to get training through the district. They have devised 11 media modules that they need to complete in order to be considered trained in the media procedures at this school district. The modules address everything from budgeting to collection development, copyright, but one module specifically addresses teacher-library collaboration. I asked Mrs. Christofferson what kind of responsibilities she has. She sees every class each week, so she teaches each class for 30 minutes during the week. It's her responsibility to develop the collection within the library and stay within her budget. She has to maintain the library and keep the books up to date. She also assists the students and teachers in finding their in helping find and fill their information needs. The collaborative teacher that I interviewed was Miss Baxter. Now, Miss Baxter is trained. She has a teaching certificate valid here in the state of Utah. She graduated in elementary education. And she's on a team with 2 other teachers, so there's 3 on this 3rd grade team. They collaborate often. Every Monday, the school district sends the students home an hour early to give the teachers time on a grade level team to collaborate with one another to try to make their teaching better. So to the heart of the matter, I asked what kind of collaboration was going on between the library and the classroom teachers. Well, as I talked to the librarian, she told me that she had tried to instigate some collaboration. And the reason she had done this was to fulfill the district training module that she needed to that she was required to finish. So she approached the 3rd grade teachers, asking them if she could collaborate with them. So they met together on a Monday in the library, and they started talking about how the librarian can support them. It was decided that the librarian could help by teaching a unit on the natural sciences. The librarian decided to teach a unit on rocks, so she brought in a rock collection, she got out lots of library books, and she even tied these lessons into the Dewey Decimal System. So she taught all 3 3rd grade classes that week about the Dewey Decimal System and its tie into this rock unit, and she did that in support of these teachers. Then I asked what kind of assessment was done after she did this collaborative teaching, and what I found out was that the librarian had no formal assessment at all. She wasn't required to track it, and she just hadn't done it. And the collaborating teacher that I interviewed really had no knowledge of what was taught in the library. She had been gone apparently during the lesson, so she didn't know what was really taught. So while she was responsible for making sure the students knew the information, she didn't know what the librarian had taught. And so that's really where I found there was a breakdown in this collaborative effort done. So I thought about all the things I learned as I spoke with them. I saw some really good things happening, and I saw some things that really could use improvement. First of all, let's talk about the collaborative efforts. At least they were trying. I was impressed that the district was encouraging the teachers to collaborate with the librarians, and I was pleased that attempts were being made, because sometimes it's easy to just let it go. Also, I was excited about the enthusiasm that the librarian showed, and that the teachers were willing to meet with her and let's see if we can make this work. So that was some really good things that I had seen happening. The teachers also mentioned that they appreciated the librarian. She would teach them at faculty meetings occasionally, instructing them on what kind of resources were available through the school district and through the library itself. So they had learned some things from the librarian about what was actually available, what resources were available. Some areas now that we can improve upon when we're doing collaborating. One thing I think that would be very helpful for this librarian is if the teachers provided her with a curriculum map. This would give her a time frame and direction in her planning. Then she could pop in at their collaboration meetings and say, I see that you have this coming up. What if I did this? Or how can I support you? I think that would be so helpful, and the teachers would be more receptive, because it could go help the planning move along quicker, and they could really fast forward the collaboration efforts by doing that. Also, I didn't notice any kind of administrative involvement. The principal wasn't, on board with this. It was completely instigated by the media specialist there. So certainly, just getting more people on board with it, learning about the positive benefits of collaboration would certainly help. Another thing that I think would help the librarian immensely is just some curriculum training, helping the librarian understand what should be being taught at each grade level. She knew she was supposed to do something with the natural sciences, and I think she chose rocks. I was a little bit surprised, because rocks should be taught in the 4th grade, and she taught it in the 3rd grade, and the teachers were unclear of what exactly was going on. So along with some curriculum training, probably just including the librarian in that assessment. At this point, I don't even think the librarian, really realized what was taught and what the kids understood. So we all know from this class that collaborative efforts really do make schools better. They help the students learn better. They excite the community and, the education community in learning and cooperating with one another. So it's like Tater says, collaboration makes everyone a winner. So I had an enjoyable time learning and really thinking about how I can be a better collaborator in the school library. Thank you.